Oh, okay. So I have to apologize because I'm a big dumb big. My brain is very small. You can count on me to mess up on stream. Hi, if you were coming to see me live, I might have accidentally done the whole stream on a preview. You know, as you do when you want to talk about Brockhampton's new song that happened. Ooh, ooh, wow. That's impressive. That's impressive. Hey, Ro. Hello, 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 fellow. If you're a Brockhampton fan, welcome. If you're not a Brockhampton fan, welcome. If you like music, welcome. If you like my channel, welcome to a stream about music and a song that happened that I definitely didn't just sit here and talk for 20 minutes about on a preview. I was like, why? Why is there no recording? Technical difficulties are amazing. Capture moments. I don't need to do all that. I'm not no goddamn Twitcher. So yeah, Brockhampton dropped a song at midnight, and I feel so goofy. Let's see, looking like, uh, I'm so old. Being called a high schooler just makes me laugh now. I am definitely, yes. I'm a fresh high schooler, and if this song would have dropped when I was in high school, I probably would have been like, "Hey man, this really hitting. They really spitting." Well, if it was Buzzcut, I think Buzzcut, we can agree. Buzzcut, they were spitting. Count on Me. It's a bit more cute. This song is a little more in the vein of, hey, relationships, they're kind of tough at times. Let me tell you, I I appreciate loyalty. That's kind of what the song boils down to. There's an ASAP Rocky feature that exists in here, and another person that I could have looked up prior to me realizing I wasn't actually streaming, which will still be the funniest thing to me and no one else, because I said I was going live in 10 minutes and then about 30 minutes later I'm actually live. But yeah, we get an ASAP Rocky feature and someone else that I don't know who they are, but I know that that voice is not a Merlin voice, it's not a Matt Champion voice, it's not a Joba voice, it's not Kevin Abstract's voice, it's not Bareface's voice, it's not Don McLennan's voice. It is the voice of a feature that I don't know. And I do kind of want to think about the features that are on this song. Like, I want to sort of contemplate that for a minute, because with Brockhampton, I just named like 7 dudes. It was probably 6. I can count if you can't tell. It was like 7 dudes, and I'm always interested to see how they fit someone in. And what they did with Danny Brown's feature is they kind of just went, Danny, you're going to come after Kevin Abstract, and then we're going to have Merlin and Joba do some sort of combined ending chorus thing, and that'll be that. ASAP Rocky, it was like, oh, just come in first. We'll give you a nice little cute guitar to work with, and you're gonna spit about relationships being tenuous. But as far as it went, it didn't really feel. There was something about it that just didn't hit in the same way that Sugar did, and I feel like it's in that Sugar vein. Like, I feel like when Sugar came out, everybody's like, "Oh my god, this is the relationship meet cute theme song for like the rest of this year." This song, I think it works as like a sort of cute, tender song, but I don't think it's gonna be the most played on this album. I could be completely wrong because we've only had 2 songs, this one and Buzzcut. But Buzzcut is such a banger, and I feel like in terms of just trying to attempt to measure these 2 songs against each other, I gotta pick Buzzcut. Like, if I'm in a yearning mood, I would still somehow be like, I just want to listen to Kevin Abstract scream about how cursed his family is. Which does bring me to the fact that Buzzcut actually has a couple more details that I didn't get to talk about because I didn't notice. And with Count on Me, there's not as many things to really pick apart because it's a pretty simplistic song. It's about the fact that relationships are hard, and when people from the outside decide they want to judge you, that is something that inevitably tests your loyalty, how you react to others judging you, how you feel about others looking down on you and your loved ones. You're like, well, the man on the news, he said I have a pimple and I should leave and break up with all of you. And this man on the TV that knows nothing about me might be right. But the difference in thinking about that is the fact that there's so many forms of media that can easily chop down and take out contextual statements and pick apart a human that they have never met. It's the fastest pitchfork is actually not located in your Home Depot. It's located on Twitter. And because it's located on Twitter, oh, I thought it froze. That scared me. And because it's located on Twitter and it's a lot faster for people to harp on judgment and cast judgment upon one another, it is a lot more difficult to have a successful relationship when you are operating in this kind of field. You know, when your field is, I am a professional, famous person that makes music. I became famous because of the music, but it is difficult for me to live my day to day because before there wasn't the imminent scrutiny that came when I immediately created something. I would normally just create something and people would like it, but nothing is ever that simple. Everyone is sort of poking and prodding for that very next thing that might be your downfall. It's super easy to slip, which, again, it's a nice song, but it's just not really, it's kind of surface level. And there's nothing wrong with surface level. I like this kind of music. I don't hate it. I feel like maybe if they did this one first and then Buzzcut, it would change the excitement levels. And an album is going to feature a variety of different sounds and moods. There's nothing wrong with shifting the mood. It's almost like my hype meter was trying to punch through the ceiling when I listened to Buzzcut, and now it's sort of it's calmed down. It's in a more, it's like, all right, maybe not punching through the ceiling, maybe knocking. Just can you spare an album, sir? One album, please. I'd love one album. Just one. Please. Like, that's more of where I'm standing. This song was alright. It was decent. It was fine. I wasn't fully enamored. Really, the only verse here on this entire thing that like had me like maybe just kind of like blinking a bit was the Matt Champion one. Matt has always really talked about self-esteem in an interesting way. He sort of juxtaposes the idea of a red carpet walk with how he still isn't really feeling himself to that degree. Like, you can be on that red carpet, you can be as famous as you want to be in certain places, but ultimately you have to go home with yourself and you have to live with yourself. And if you don't feel as great as people do when they see you, it's not always obvious, because some people think everyone is made of this insane confidence, like everyone just came out of the womb just like, yeah, I can talk to 30,000 people. I've got no fear. I'll shake a man's hand and look him right in the eye. Hello. Like, it takes a lot. But ultimately, coming back to the main point of how self-esteem can inform a relationship, because of a outer judgment that makes it even more difficult. If you're already not a fan of yourself and you have a huge contingent of people that no matter what you do, you cannot please, you have to, one, come to the conclusion that you are okay as a person. And once you do that, you're kind of set as far as being able to just do things without having to worry about that. And this is something that can be applied to everyday life. It doesn't have to just be applied to you if you are a famous musician who happens to just throw music at the world, and the world just, it's like, thank you for the meal. Did you actually eat today? No. This is all I'm going to do for dinner and lunch and breakfast. Why are you eating the back? I don't know. So yeah, Brockhampton dropped this song and it happened and it was fine. It was fine. I think this is in that vein of like Sugar, where it's kind of this sweetheart thing, and ultimately you just come to the conclusion that relationships are still hard, still difficult, and that's just a fact. So yeah, it's a fine song. Not really blown away. And I feel like there's going to be songs on here that I'll repeat more than this one, which is fine. That's just what happens sometimes, you know? Can't have every song be a banger because you want a variety of moods and you want to be able to hit different beats. But I don't know. Just not feeling this one super heavy. Not super into it. But it's a fine song, so. With that, I think we will conclude. Wait. I have to do the thing where I do a little bit of housekeeping before I end this. I'm going to do another stream since now I understand how streams work. I forgot how streams work. Crazy, right? I'll probably do another stream, but some extra details with Buzzcut that I liked. In Kevin's verse, he's actually talking about the fact that his family's pretty cursed, which is an interesting development considering how with Saturation, when it first started, from Saturation to now, he had a very contentious relationship with his family, and even has talked about his regret in having certain songs that borderline demeaned his family name because of the fact that they did not necessarily accept him, and he had to deal with so much ostracization as a gay black man. So having to go through that to now where he's talking about like his mom coming to see him and his brother and just his family as a whole becoming more tight knit as opposed to becoming more separate as he's grown is something that I really liked, but I didn't even realize it till I like listened a couple more times. Anything else? Matt Champion is actually in that song. I thought it was just Joba, Danny Brown, Merlin, and Kevin Abstract, but Matt is actually in that song on the chorus, so that was pretty neat, and I was happy with that I just found that. So those were little Easter eggs in Buzzcut. I feel like if you had to compare Buzzcut and Count on Me, you're doing yourself a disservice because one is just a banger and the other is more like poppy sweetheart type stuff. So if you're not really into the poppy sweetheart, like, oh, relationships are hard, but we make it through and you can count on me, you're not going to like this. But if you like the chaotic bangers and stuff, you're going to be more in tune to Buzzcut. And I think both of these songs do. I think Buzzcut does a better job of being a good banger, and Count on Me does a decent job of being like a sweetheart song. And there's only so much you can do with that type of narrative and that type of genre. So it's not to say that it's a bad song. It's just decent. It's fine, and I'm cool with it. I have to do the outro because we're almost at the end. We're almost at the end. Well, no, that you see the joke. Okay, anyway. All right. It's time. I definitely have a watch. Just give me a second. Hold on. Yeah, okay, it's time. It's time. We have to remember that in life there are things that have digits, and you can count on them. So I'm going to show you today how numbers work. Check this out. Number 1, number 4, and number 3. That's right. Just like Brockhampton, you can count on me. Oh boy. Well, this guy says I'm not a mathematician. I'm definitely not a mathematician at all. And in terms of the skill level, I could probably dunk on Pythagorean. Like I don't think Pythagorean can drop beats, right? I don't think he can drop bars. I don't think the guy who made like an intense math theorem that has like succeeded his entire life and even more generations could dunk. So really, is he dependable? You're really gonna depend on a mathematician over a guy who can at least touch rim with his